Hey, this is going to be commentary for chapter 36 of my book Metadimensional, which you can find on Kindle or listen to for free as an audiobook on Google Play. Links are in the description. So chapter 36 is called Ideological Networks. So the way I got to the topic of parabrains is once I understood that there is no way to create experience. Experience is fundamental, and this whole thing that we are, this constellation of a brain, of a body, and experience, it's not that the brain creates experience, but there's some kind of intersection between them, and we can recreate that intersection in various configurations and create technology. One such technology is artificial intelligence. Another such technology would be to create artificial vanilla brains, like for us to leap into and to live forever or whatever. And that once we understand that there's no production of experience in the brain, we kind of realize that there's no that many things that we assumed would be like just background processes producing, let's say, the subconscious or something like that no longer works, and we realize that there's the possibility that alongside us there are other experiential agents which are all trying to influence the same thing, the same avatar we are in the wakeful reality of everyone else. That's what I call a power-up brain, and I call us all the village that is each and every so-called subject, so-called individual in the wakeful world. That's each such portion is a para-peer. So once we understand that, then okay, if that is what we are, we're not just one brain producing a behavior, but rather a collection of brains producing a behavior, then maybe that's important if we are to try to mimic artificial intelligence, mimic human behavior. And for all I know, that's exactly what we already do in artificial intelligence. There might be the algorithms that we're running are actually running like several different ways to emulate the behavior, and we merge them into one, and that's what the behavior that we get from artificial intelligence is. Basically just a mirror of the power brain infrastructure. But we're not creating artificial experiential agents. Artificial intelligence doesn't involve anything experiential because, well, it works even without it. So why should we assume that there's an experiential aspect for it that does nothing? And the claim is that for us, for experiential agents, for real experiential agents, there is agency, there is a role for experience, which is not necessary in artificial intelligence. Okay, so we're not creating anything experiential. So we're not really creating brains. We're just taking inspiration from brains. But then comes the question. So if what we want is to take inspiration from experiential intersections, from the thing that we are, from metadimensionality, from the intersection of experience in the body. How do these intersections manifest? Like, we know one way in which experience intersects with the body. That way is, well, it's us. It's you and me. And in the previous chapter, I suggested the option that there's also the subconscious is itself another experiential agent, but it's not us. And it's whether it feels the same as us. I don't know. I don't know how it feels to be my subconscious. Like, and there may be many of them, and I don't know how it feels to be anything else other than me. So I can't really say much about it. Maybe it feels exactly like me. Maybe sometimes I oscillate between them and I'm not even aware of it. But still, is that all? Is that all we can take inspiration from in terms of like intersections of experience in the body? And then I realized that that's not necessarily so. Like, what the thing that is uniting all the para peers in the para brain is this body, this avatar of me of you, of everyone, each and everyone, in the wakeful world. This is what unites us. But what if we didn't unite under that avatar, under that kind of corporeal form? Is it possible that a brain would emerge like an experiential intersection? Experience in the body would experience with intersection with the body without there being it being about a corporeal existence. And I can see why not. I don't know exactly how that would manifest, like how that feels like. It won't feel like having a body in the same wakeful reality as you and me. But that doesn't mean it can't happen. I just know it won't be corporeal. But if it's not corporeal, then, well, it has to be abstract. And if it interacts with me, and that's the only, I'm only caring about the kind of experiential agents that interact with me. So if something interacts with me, with you, with us, and he's an experiential agent, and he's not corporeal and he's abstract. So that thing has the capacity to influence all of us. And maybe it can, what can it do? Like if it has a capacity to create consensus among us, then it can do things that we would attribute with gods, actually changing the laws of nature, some kind of ideology, or even, let's say, science, some kind of an agreement that is driven by an experiential agent that is pushing us the same way the subconscious is pushing us to believe. And that sounds fantastic. Like, what is that? That's so much the more difficult than creating an artificial brain or artificial expansion, like something like us, because it's like grand and it can change the laws of nature But the thing is, that's actually not true. If you're not trying to solve this weird problem of having a corporeal body that is like having a corporeal brain whose function coalesces with the experience of being it, which is a really weird problem if you think about it, then it becomes much easier. All you need to do is attract experience to be that, whatever that is. And for that to happen, you just need you have to have some kind of a uniting theme for a lot of experiential agents, because that's how it works. That's how we define it. I define it. I call it a distributed power. But the idea is that it's simply abstract and it's not linked to one corporeal body, and it affects us, so it has to be linked to many corporeal bodies. And so all we need to do is just like create some kind of abstract connection, abstract ideological connection between many experiential agents. And we know how to do that. We have social networks that do that. We have ideologies that do that. So I think that's a cerebral illusion that's actually much easier to do than create artificial brains, and it has much more capacity. And what you can do with it, what we have done with it, what is its impact. Well, the way we're looking at this now, I think ideologies don't exist. Like the kind of spirits in the masses don't exist. But what if they are, and what if they are almost omnipotent? So this changes a lot, and this just opens the door for that kind of organization of experiential agents in this chapter.